We haven't had, I mean, I've felt pretty strongly about having at least one open night every week, so that the opportunity is there for people to join, but more of them have not had anybody join than have had people join.
Why do you keep saying join?
It's 2 syllables. Join.
Join.
It's the joy in joining. I went to Will Luera.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he did a thing tonight that I joined. That I maybe they're getting some classes going at Improv Asylum. I thought he was part of Improv Boston. I'm so confused, but
he was originally an artistic director at Improv Boston, but he just got, and then he was down in Florida, and he is down in Florida, but then he was just hired at Improv Asylum for New York and Boston.
Right before this all happened.
Right. Why? What did you go to?
It was a class in doing improv on Zoom.
Oh, cool.
And it was super basic because I've done it a few times now, but there were a couple things. He does a thing sometimes where he just covers his camera.
Yeah, we tried that.
Yeah, which I didn't quite get
We tried it. It works well. It's a very quick way to go on and off, but some people's microphones are right next to their cameras. So there was no way to do it without having a big that then blocked out all other sound.
Right. Also, I find it works pretty well. I just leave my cursor on that and I could just tap my trackpad and on and off. But there were a lot of people. There were over 100 people.
Holy shit.
Oh, great. Now we're PG-13. Thanks, Pam.
Holy.
We just lost a couple of people.
I know. We just lost the one person who's in. Jeff Bassett's here. Wow. Yeah, well, that's a good. How much did you pay?
This was free. I think it was sort of a promotional, and also to get people past this hump, because he asked how many people have done improv on Zoom. And only a few people raised their hands. So there's going to be soon new waves of people. Yep. Yeah.
More content than we could ever process given another 100 years.
I know. I wonder, I bet that's true every hour or something like that.
Well, always.
It's 100 years more every hour.
I just mean even just take Happier Valley Comedy just as a microcosm.
Yeah.
We do, 2.5 hours of shows a week. Now, I guess these shows are close to half an hour, but we're on 6 nights a week. I mean, we used to do shows one night, and now we're on 6 nights. So even our diehard fans are like, they're not going to be here every night. I mean, it's like, it's sort of crazy. Even having, I mean, some of them are here almost every night, which is awesome. But thinking about how we're doing 6 times the number of shows, even just having 10 people watching is sort of an acclimatement, because there's just so much. There's so much. And they can watch shows from Second City at the same time just by clicking a different link.
Somebody and LA, all sorts of great people are playing. So yeah, somebody did suggest, one of our community members did suggest to us that we do it just once a week to get more people, but I think right now we're just fine. As long as no one's paying and it's fun for us, we're good.
Yeah, we're having fun. I mean, it's as much for us as it is for others.
So
I've been busy, but when I've tuned in, I love it every time.
Oh, thank you. I'm pleased with how it's been going. I had an interesting experience yesterday. I had a photo shoot with kind of a fancy Boston photographer who came out here, a socially distanced photo shoot for this.
I saw you posted something. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I had these ideas about the piece and it might be a cover story, which is kind of funny. The piece that accompanies, it's like an improviser's guide to surviving the pandemic or something like that, or an improv comedian's. Right. It's pretty light. Give some suggestions, some happiness tips and things like that. So I was like, well, we could do something like, what if I'm sitting in a pile of junk, because we have some junk around our house, and just kind of so like that. But he's this kind of gritty photographer. So kind of wanted more of that. And they wanted something with a mask on. And then he had seen in maybe on my Instagram that I had a picture of myself with a nose, because I have this in my office, this nose, right? So he's like, can you get that nose out? So I came out, I was wearing a shirt that said feminist is my second favorite F word. He took a few pictures with that and then asked me to change, which I was like, foiled by the man in Smith College. But then I ended up, like, the weirdest one was he had me like hauling garbage bins, it was so ridiculous, wearing my nose, wearing a mask, wearing gloves. Like it was crazy. There was, I had, how could you see my face? I had a mask on and a nose, looking through a window at another point, covering.
What did you say? What it's for? You said it might be a cover of what?
Smith College Alumni Quarterly.
Oh, okay.
Which nice. I've been wanting to get on the cover of for quite some time. So
is that what brought you to the Valley?
Yes.
Yes. Where'd you grow up?
A lot of different places, but I was born in Detroit. Yes, and I didn't want to go to Smith, but my dad said, let's just check out Northampton. I want to go to Emerson.
Oh, in Boston?
Yeah, I went to be a communications major.
Oh, nice.
But that was not allowed.
It's funny. What did you study?
Psychology and film studies. Why?
I was just wondering what was allowed.
Well, not so. Sociology was not allowed.
But sociology, no. Psychology, yes.
Yes. So
you could get a job as a therapist. Was it always based on a job?
I guess that's that. I don't know. You'd have to ask my dad. So I did social psychology. Also, falling below a B average was also not allowed. No pressure. Fun. Yeah. Oh, my life. Yeah, we're definitely should go into that. What are we going to play, you guys?
Let's do a 3-person. We make a thing.
We made a thing.
Actually, we're doing that next week, aren't we?
We are with Bring a Person. Yeah.
We're doing a 3-person We Made a Thing next week with a guest from Chicago.
Yeah, Stephanie Anderson. So this will be great for us to rehearse.
Nice. I could let you play too if you want, and
you're welcome to join us.
Actually, if we could improvise and you could accompany us on the drums, that would be.
Oh my God.
Once I played it, you said it cut out, right?
Oh yeah, I think Zoom has like a limit, like you hit a volume, because sometimes when Pam gets close as a character and yells, that's happened a few times, her volume just cuts totally out.
Yeah.
Now you tell me. Yeah, he couldn't accompany us because it would cut out. He could just do interstitials.
Unless he calls me on my phone, plays through the phone, and I have my phone here, so the sound is coming through my screen and your screen only.
Right. You know, the window's open.
You could just yell.
I play loud.
You could go to Scott's house.
Almost hear it.
Play outside his house.
Yeah.
Great. Well, we can make a thing.
Or what is that? What you do when you do beginner's luck? Is that sort of like a 3-way we made a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
A little different. We could do a beginner's luck though, if you prefer.
I'm not attached to titles.
Yes.
Scott doesn't see titles.
I don't see titles.
Well, so I'll tell you the difference. We made a thing. We play 2 characters as honestly as possible, very grounded, very patient. We don't, have a need to move forward. The only rule we have is that the characters have to like each other. And then beginner's luck, we play 2 people, maybe not as grounded, but whatever it is, our goal is to make the third person look like a rock star.
Yeah, so often what that means is any idea that we can get from that third person, who is sometimes like a Zen 1 student, any idea we get from that person is the best idea we've ever heard.
Right. Okay, well, as long as you make me look good, then any of it's fine. I like the idea of that.
But we're going to need you to change.
We made a thing.
And we made a thing. Okay.
Yeah. I love watching it so much. I always want to do the things I love.
Yeah.
So I never can quite do them at the level that I love them.
Me neither.
Me either. The other thing we've been practicing lately, and we made a thing, is what we learned called squeezing all the water out of the sponge before we move forward. So we just really explore a moment.
Yeah, each moment we discover, we try to do all the fun with it that we can before we discover the next.
And
Is
I say,
this,
yeah, go
you're
ahead.
doing this in We Made a Thing?
Yeah, so we talk about before the show.
Right.
And the other thing is, when in doubt, just listen. Just
Right.
listen, and it'll become more apparent.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it. I'll try it.
All right, so here are some suggestions that we've had. Oh, some interesting ones. I'll give you 3 and you pick one. Fire escape, frolic, a favorite word of mine. Thank you, Jeff. Kicking sand on the skinny guy. Thank you, Kristen.
I just do we pick it? Do we say I pick this?
Yeah, sure, pick that. Yeah.
I like the fire escape.
Okay, fire escape it is.
Great.
Awesome.
So are you agreeing that to add another fire escape? I mean,
yeah, I think one can't have too many fire escapes.
That's so good.
That's why,
to say it.
And so you're also okay with the stocking of parachutes at the top floor?
Yeah, I want it all.
Okay.
I mean, that's why I called the roommate meeting. I want to get really clear about the whole plan we have.
Conceptually, I like the idea. In practice, I feel that you need a greater distance to deploy a parachute for it to do any good. So it feels a little bit like maybe.
Well, that's why we're only going to put the parachutes on the top floor. Remember the lower floors that are also not the first floor or the second floor have a high-powered fire extinguisher that you can fire downwards as you fall to slow your descent.
Like a jetpack. And then at the bottom is the mini tramp.
That's for the second floor. Yeah. And the first floor, you should be all right just climbing out of the window if you need to. But
yeah, definitely first floor I think is good as long as there's fire extinguishers in every room. Just to get to the window. Also,
I have greased up the sills on the first floor just because, I don't want anything to impede, our ejection from the room.
For quick release.
Quick release.
Yeah.
Also, the glass is very easily shatterable. So it's super easy you could just give it an elbow and the whole thing will come right out like
right out. It's not regular glass. It's the glass like you get on movie sets.
Right, which I think, again, I love that. And I hope that we can get in bulk some replacements because pretty much any storm will take out a few windows.
I'm not worried, Joshua, because this isn't about fires, as you know. It's about quick escape.
Right, exactly.
Right, which could be any number of things. Explosions.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Could be a canine attack.
Could be a canine attack.
Remember the small green button that's in the corner of every room by the doorway, where if you push it, you immediately receive a call on your cell phone that your grandfather has died. So you can quickly escape any social situation as well.
That's right. There's a number.
We can't use that for each other.
That would be funny if we tried.
Although what if?
Then what? My grandfather is sick.
Right. So what if that actually happens?
Yeah.
I don't want to call you on that.
Wow.
I don't want to call you on that.
I'm not going to call you on that. But I wonder.
Yeah. So if we're in the middle of like a rousing game of Scrabble or Parcheesi.
And what suddenly, game of Scrabble isn't rousing, by the way.
Am I right?
Yeah.
How about this? I say, Josh, if your grandfather dies, you should probably make another cover story.
Oh, that's a good point.
Just to be believable.
Just say it's something else. Even my grandmother would be better, even though she's gone already.
Although I think we'd see through that one. But something like, "Oops, I crapped my pants."
Uh,
Ooh, the old
We'd be like-
start escape.
Yeah.
We'd be like, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go.
That's
Yeah.
just the old reliable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was a gas, and it was the real thing.
Yeah.
But just remember, that's not an acceptable move when you just don't have any good letters. You just exchange your hand. We've done that. You just use your turn and you exchange your letters.
And Josh, this is why I gotta say I'm bringing this up, because last time we played Scrabble, when you busted through the wall, all Hulk-like.
I thought it was more Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah, it was a little Kool-Aid Man. Yeah. He did yell.
I thought it was a nice touch. I thought it showed tremendous pressure in the moment. Like, obviously something was going on. I mean, who would do that?
No, we get it, Josh.
We get it. Yeah.
You had just created the word breakable. I mean, given I had already written the word break and you made it breakable, but still the completing of the word breakable and then putting it into action, it's impressive.
Yeah.
It's impressive. But that wall was not from a stunt movie set. That was a real wall.
That was a real wall. In fact, I don't know. Yeah, there was a stunt there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me.
Okay. Yeah.
After you guys went to sleep, I went to the emergency room. I wasn't going to tell you because I had to put it on our roommate charge card.
Yeah. Did you sign out of the apartment? Did you sign out of the apartment?
No, because I thought you only have to sign out when you go through one of the egresses. I went through the wall. You
went through the. Yeah, I was going to ask you how you exited the apartment.
Still, there's nothing in the log here. I mean, technically, you didn't use a door, so you could leave that column blank, but you did leave the premises.
So you went through Mrs. Lampert's apartment?
I went right into her apartment. She sleeps hard like a rock. I just went through, and then I actually went out her window because she.
Window.
Yeah.
Open.
How was her window?
Yeah, open, closed, ajar.
Her window was cracked, but she has no grease on it, so it was slow. It was slow, but I was,
She's in a death trap. She's living in a death trap.
She's living in a death trap.
I don't know what's with her.
I
worry about her.
I worry about her breathing because now that we can hear clearly into her bedroom, she snores like a saw.
And there's some apnea. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I found myself counting the seconds until she started breathing again.
Yeah. I think she's in moderate range. Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably needs treatment. But what really concerns me is, should something happen, carbon monoxide detector goes off, or we get into a conversation about feelings and we got to jam, she's not going to know.
Oh no, she doesn't have our back. We can't count on Mrs. Lampert.
She's not. I mean, she is not in the list of acceptable backups.
Yeah, Josh, she's not on the list.
She's not there,
and she shouldn't be.
Right. Well, that's why it's strange you went through her apartment. But fine. Okay. Fine.
I mean, the hole was there, and I didn't want to log out because I figured where were you last night?
I didn't want to log out.
You didn't want to log. Who wants to log out?
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you want to or not. It's about the safety of the tribe.
Yeah, it's keeping the security of our facility apartment.
I'm feeling bad, and I'm sharing that. I'm feeling bad, and I want to be vulnerable and tell you that I feel like, in retrospect, I should have just gone out the door and logged out and let you know. Had you woken up and went looking for me,
right,
or something, God forbid, should have happened,
right? What if Chad would have needed backup? Chad could have needed backup.
Constantly. I mean, he needs it more nights than most.
Yeah. What would have happened if I had swallowed an elbow noodle sideways?
Yeah.
Where would you have been?
And the kind of scratch, the almost, I'm going to say, laceration in your throat from that. And then you would be, you would have called Madeline, and she would have come looking for me, and I wouldn't be there.
Right, because that's the tree, right?
The whole tree would have been.
The whole tree would have, there was a hole in our tree. And I got to say, Josh, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your feelings. I also want to say, Chad, thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for staying with us. So it's appreciated because I know the feelings thing is hard for you. So.
All right. Is this really the way that you are?
No. Yes.
I just want to be safe about it. I don't want to look in the wrong direction.
Way.
You know, I feel like we ought to do a little bit of diagramming on where we are at any given hour, maybe break it into quarter hours so that
it should be in the log.
It should be.
Wait, in the log? It's in the diagram. You guys.
Oh,
diagram.
Oh,
the diagram.
That's right.
Diagram.
Diagram.
I don't like that word. It has die in it.
Exactly.
But I love that you started on it, and I now remember us talking about that.
Got everything you need.
Yeah.
It's got everything you need. The idea is that you don't even die a gram.
You die a meter. Diameter.
A kilogram, I think. I just want to be on the same page. I think it's so important that we always be on the same page.
This is why I called this meeting, folks.
Yeah.
I really want to make sure that there is an ample escape opportunity at any time. Once again, super appreciate you not running through or needing an escape during the emotional part of our conversation.
It's not
Josh, thank you. Thank you for being honest.
Yeah.
Bradley, thank you for saying that.
I'm up here.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Well, wait, I'm looking now on the diagram, and now I see. You know, it's
you're here
because I look up to you.
You're here. Bradley Chad is here.
Yep.
Here. And so if there's a problem, I would call Bradley. He'd call you.
Right.
Yeah.
I call you.
Do you guys?
Here's the question. Is Chad pulling his weight?
Chad or Bradley?
Chad. Brad, we know is.
Remember?
And Bradley's here with us. Chad's now we saw off on the side.
I don't want to do this again, but remember my name is Bradley, but you call me Chad.
Wait, what?
Those are
Chad
both.
Chad is our fourth roommate.
We've been over this before.
But we split the rent in 4.
Josh, what?
Right.
What?
I'm paying half the rent.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
First of all, okay, so wait, we've been living together for 6 months.
Yeah.
In the escape room, and I've been calling you Chad.
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me? You didn't tell me.
Chad is a nickname for Bradley.
Chad rhymes with Brad.
Name. Brad is a nickname.
In high school, I went by Chadley.
Wow, this is blowing my mind. Why are there 4 parachutes?
Well, Josh, have you ever met the person you think of as Chad?
No. That's why I'm wondering if he's pulling. He's always, like I see his jacket. I see sometimes his soda's open.
Yeah.
I never see him.
Those are mine.
Your jacket.
Yep.
So that's why I always thought you were doing picking up Chad's chores.
I was, because I am Chad.
I thought the two of you were brothers, and that's why you were covering for him.
We have the same parents, because they're both me.
That's what I'm saying. So, wait. Oh.
I'm feeling, like I've been lied to.
Well, I'm not sure why this doesn't make more sense to you. The goal is ease of escape, right?
Yes.
I have 2 identities, and if at any point I need to drop one, I can just drop it.
I bow to the master. Brilliant. I see it all in a flash.
I mean, paying half the rent is a small price to pay for the ability to disappear whenever I want to.
You're a friggin' genius. Friggin' genius. Why didn't I think of that? Yes, of course. Brad could leave. Chad stays here. Friggin' brilliant. Friggin' brilliant.
I could kill one of them off if I needed to.
I think we should get rid of Brad.
Well, we don't need to.
Yeah, and bring Chad in so that we could finally meet him.
Josh, they're both me.
Yeah, I get the essence of what you're saying.
I don't know if you do, Josh. I don't think you do.
Yeah, you were like one. You're to get like one, like mind meld. Like Madeline and I are basically one.
Yeah.
At least sometimes when it comes to Sundays.
I'm the same person, right? I only have one personality, one body, one brain. It's just that I have 2 driver's licenses and 2 social security cards. So at any point, I can parachute my way out of one and keep the other.
Brilliant.
2 parachutes.
Brilliant. And you have 2 parachutes.
That's right.
It's right. And we do too. I mean, you have your own social security card. We each have passed. We have all 2 of everything.
But we only have one, Josh. Do you see what he's saying? Like he has this double escape. He has the double escape.
Okay, so Brad and Chad are both the same person.
This is Brad and Chad. Yeah. Wow. Can I say
Brad and Chad?
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just
it's confusing. I know.
It's confusing, and it's 6 months of thinking that they're 2 people.
Thank you for trusting us with this information. I understand.
Yeah. Hey, it's cool. So basically, I could kill off Chad whenever I want, whenever it's necessary.
Or we could.
But then you'd be killing yourself.
No. Nobody's actually going to die.
You know, I think
this is.
You know what? I'm going to call something out that's happening right here.
Yeah.
I think Josh's. I feel bad saying about this, Josh, but Brad, Chad just really trusted us with something. I feel like your stupidity is your cover, right? I think it's your cover.
You think it's my emotional shield?
No, I think that's your escape.
Yeah, you're not. You're using stupidity as an escape.
Oh, I see.
And we're seeing through it. I know you well enough. We are Sunday siblings, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't both eat Rice Krispies on a Sunday and not get to know someone.
Well, okay. I don't want to go here because I'm not sure how recently the sills have been greased, but you're right. You're right. When I don't want to be here,
you pretend you're dumb.
I put the big dummy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dummy Josh. And then real Josh is not here.
Real Josh can just sit above everything else and judge and be like, oh, I know exactly. It's a way of manipulating us. Yeah, I can see it. Thanks for trusting us.
Okay. Are we good? I
think we're good.
I feel like you're not going to want me to live here anymore.
I don't know. Look,
you're not going to want to put in the extra fire escape.
Brad, Chad, what do we want? What do we want?
How about Chadley?
Chadley, great, love it.
Worked in high school.
Yeah.
College, did you say?
So Chadley's escape is Bradley. It's double personality. Your escape is stupidity.
Right. And now that sort of brings us to you, Malin.
I feel like I have to share my escape. Yeah.
I think you should.
Well, if you were wily. Oh, excuse me.
Is that your?
Oh, is technology your escape?
Is it?
Who is it?
Oh, yes. It's the landlord.
What does she want?
What? What could it be? Okay. All right. I'll meet you at the front door.
What? Well, what was that?
What was what?
Now,
Yeah,
don't
what's
pull a
going
joke.
on?
Come on. What was that?
What was what?
What does Mrs. Sanderson want? What you said was the landlord.
I'm the landlord.
What?
You're our landlord?
I'm the landlord.
You're Mrs. Sanderson?
Yes. I'm also Mrs.
You
our next door neighbor.
Oh yeah, whatever her name is.
Sorry.
Lambert.
Mrs. Lambert.
Lambert.
Wait.
Lambert.
Yeah.
I know I could identify her in a police lineup sleeping,
But not awake.
but yeah, and I never knew her name.
Have you ever seen her awake?
No.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever actually seen Mrs. Sanderson?
What about the sound of the sleeping with the apnea?
Yeah. That's a bunch of pillows in the bed with a tape recorder.
Mm.
What about
I studied ventriloquism.
What about when the landlord comes to the door once a month to collect our rent?
I studied ventriloquism in high school. I can throw my voice.
But it's always Madeline that answers the door.
Exactly.
Chadley. Have you noticed that? She always answers the door for some reason when Mrs. Sanderson comes.
So why did you could just call yourself?
I pressed the button.
You press the purple button.
Oh, it's yours.
Hello?
Chadley, if it's Bradley, tell him I'm not here.
Oh no.
What? Hello? My grandfather has died? Oh, this is a joke.
Wait, now my phone's ringing. Hello?
My grandmother died.
But my grandfather really died.
Sorry, dude, that sucks.
I gotta go. I'm gonna go through the hole so I don't have to log out. We're cool though, right? I mean, I think we got some. I think this was really helpful.
We covered a lot of ground.
Chadley, we're good?
Chad's okay.
Guys? Wow. I don't think either of you logged out.
What a weird show. What was that?
I didn't realize the phone sound was gonna autoplay onto another phone sound. Sorry, guys.
What did you do? How'd you do that?
I just found a sound effect online, but
Oh.
How were you doing that while you were improvising?
I'm just
Either Scott has two computers or he doesn't watch in full screen.
I have two computers also though. How did it get two different? You just did two different phone sounds?
No, I just found one because I was maybe going to use it to receive my own grandfather died call, but then when it was your turn to reveal your secret, it seemed like a good time to play it. But then I didn't realize it was going to autoplay. It auto-played onto another phone sound, which I thought it was you or someone else who was playing it. I didn't realize it was my other tab playing the other phone sound.
It seemed to work.
And the first phone by mistake?
No.
Oh, the whole thing was a plan.
Okay.
No, not the whole thing. Just
the first one.
Just the first one.
What was good is none of the phones kept ringing after we answered them.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
That's always the blow it right there. Hello. Oh yeah. What do you mean my grandmother's died? Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Isn't that literally what happened?
It did happen once.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Maybe it did.
But once it wasn't. Once when you went like that and it stopped, seemed to stop, and I was like, "What is happening?" And I couldn't remember the reason. We decided not to say that the grandfather died. You should say.
Right.
Couldn't remember what the other reason was.
You pooped your pants.
Damn it! That's what I should have said. Okay.
That's an easy one to remember. That's an easy one.
I know. No, I know. I should have.
Thank you, Mr. Milgrim.
Thank you. It's so fun to play with you two.
And thank you as well for providing the lovely books, which my daughter is reading.
Good.
She's almost reading them by herself now. It's pretty cool.
That's so exciting.
Because they say pre-level 1, but
yeah.
They've got some words in there that are like flap has a blended sound of the FL. That's a trickier word for a learning reader. But
I know there's a lot of research and they give me sometimes lists of words, but I often just think about, what it would be like. Like I try to just like those kinds of sounds to me stand out.
That's an easier one. Like F, she can sound that out, even though it's a blended sound. If she goes she can figure out the full. It's not like it's not like TH, which is really tough.
Right.
Those are diphthongs, right?
What's
TH, that? Diphthongs or a digraph? Diphthong or digraph?
Sure.
I get them mixed up. TH.
That's so common that becomes what they're calling a sight word just a memory word that you don't really sound out. And if there's going to be something, and occasionally there are some words in some of the books that are tough, but because it's in the title, I figured that the book is probably being presented to the kid by an adult.
Yeah, totally.
And they can sort of get.
She loves it. She loves it, and it works. And there's enough repetition that she has confidence by the end of seeing that word again and nailing it.
Right, and again and again and again in that book. See Pip Flap, is that the one?
Yeah.
See Flap. Yeah.
So it said a lot.
Very cool.
Yeah. I used to teach kindergarten and first grade. I taught reading to children.
Yeah.
So read a lot of books to help children learn how to read.
It's interesting. I should talk to you about that sometime. There's a specialist that I work with, but again, I think the best thing is working with kids trying to read. That's how you're going to get the message. There's no amount of theorizing that's going to replace that. I'm
a big fan of word families.
Yeah. That's what there's another series about a little alien named Zip that does a lot of rhyming. Is that what? So it's like rat, cat, bat, hat, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Does he have friends named Zap and Zop?
Zip and Zop. Oh, that would be so cute. You could have 3 chapters.
Zip zaps. He zip zap. So there's Zip, Zap, and there is no Zop, but I think we need a character named Zop. So Zip Zaps Zop could be the title of the book.
Get on it.
And you can have all improv undertones.
Oh,
so
totally.
but not known, just sort of
right, very understated.
Made some references that only improvisers would get.
Look, a bunny just went by.
Although I think Bunny is just an us thing.
No, it definitely is not. Bunny, Scott, is what I consider to be the most universally widely played warm-up. I met somebody from Beijing who plays Bunny.
I had never done it until you.
Huh.
I learned it from a Finnish person.
Huh.
They do it in Boston too. Right?
Did they go to finishing school?
And that will end our show.
Wait, I thought this was 185.